Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about something so challenging, how to say no, and also how to appreciate no from others. Have you ever said no to an individual, like I'm not able to do this, or I'm able to do this, and the individual, maybe you have been doing things together, or doing, you have been a yes person to that individual for so many things, for so many days. Now you have said like no. How do they react? Mostly people don't know how to receive a no, and mostly people don't know how to say a no. Mostly as Kenyans, somebody will better lie to you. Mtu afadhali kudanganya, like they lie to your face rather than tell you no, that one I don't have. And this aspect I'm talking about in a family situation, in a financial situation, and in all other situations. Like, be an individual who can be able to say no, I'm not in a position to. Many people have gotten into debt and deni. People have gotten into very bad relationships, or people have wame accommodate nonsenses because they are not able to just tell somebody no, I'm not I'm not in a position to do that. They have say, oh, what will they say, or how will they feel. So they just move along, and yet they don't want to be there. So here I'm going to give you tips on how to say no in a very nice way, and also to receive no as an individual, because it can be a both way situation. Tip number one: let the individual understand that you feel them. You understand what they're talking, you like that they're saying, but you, in that situation and in that time, you are not in a position to follow the guidelines or do whatever that they're asking you. Maybe for example, there maybe I'm a finance person, so I'm always giving examples to do with money. So maybe they're asking you, somebody's asking you, Akis, niokole something. I have a brother, my younger. We used to, even he will borrow. For him, when somebody asks him money, when he doesn't have, he'll borrow so that he can be able to fulfill the desire of another person. For me, I cannot. Maybe that individual is so close. So I'm talking about be able to say no. I'm not in a position to. You might, the other individual, the way they react, they might be angry, they might maybe seclude you, or do some things that maybe they are not now, you are not invited in other stuff, but you are living your truth. You are at peace. You're not going to an extent. So number one, let them understand that you don't feel them. You understand whatever they're saying, but you are not in a position to. Number two, be kind. Yes, just respond to them in a kind way. Number three, do not lie about the situation. Like, don't lie about it. Like, don't beat around the bush. Make it as fast as fast. Okay, when I'm saying lying, it's the same thing as procrastination, where somebody is postponing. Okay, umesema hivyo, acha tuone kitu, kina kitu nangoja Friday, acha tuone hiyo siku. You are giving this person false hope, when you know genuinely and honestly there is nothing you're waiting on Friday. So you are just wishing and hoping that individual, that on when Friday comes, this individual won't bother you again. No, you need just to tell them straight head on, like, I'm not able to. Maybe if I get, but don't depend on it. Just give, do not lie that person, and also do not give them a false hope of wishing like later on it will be like this. Lastly, when you ability to say no is that you can also offer advice. It's not always like the help should not always come from you. The person you might ask, okay, do you have any other option that you can follow, or you can, what about this, what about you follow this step 1 2 3, things like that. Like you offer advice, or refer, or yes, suggest other options that will help the individual to come out of that situation. It's not just like I'm asking you, it's you who need to help me. Nisindikiza hapa, no, I'm not able to, but can you go with my brother who is free, or go to with my husband who can do this for you? Something like that. Like, you let it be, just not being a burden. So what about the other side? When it's you, somebody, now how to receive a no. When you are so expecting, you just know this person will be able to help me, or if I tell this person will do this, and they are not able to do that as you want. Number one is that lower your expectations. Yeah? Lower your expectations. Do not just feel like you are not that individual. Yeah. Now is the tips of receiving no's, right? You're not that individual. So do not just like go there 100% sure that I'm going to say we say order lunch, alafu call somebody, say able to be here, then hapana. You go there with the mindset that they might accept and they may not, so that you lower expectation. When you lower your expectation, the level of hurt will be so low. You'll not be hurt that much, because you understand, okay, I knew it will go both ways. That is it. Tip number 2 is that accept the situation. Do not bring tantrums and make now start disqualifying people just because they have said no. No, they might say no now in your situation, but in another way they can help you in a different way. Are you getting me? And say, okay, niokolee na hii sina, siyezewi sai, but they can help you in another issue that is not related to one. So do not clamp them together and feel like, this individual ni mbaya, nasemanga tu hapana, ameninyima tu. No, they might also not be in a position to help. Yeah, but they can help you in a different way. Lastly, I'm talking about have different options. Don't just say like you are depending on one person, but only that. The Bible says that cursed is he, a person who depends on a man. Yeah, who depends on a man, right? I think so. Yeah, it's a person who depends on a man. So what I'm saying is that do not just fully have, okay, it's almost relating to what I said. Number 1 is that this scenario is just have options. Have options. Okay, fail, naweza jaribu. So have different options, so that when you facing this individual and they say no, you don't get angry, or you get this. Okay, you might get disappointed a bit, but follow through with other options that you have. And if you don't have, maybe you can think of other things to do later. You can postpone the situation at hand at that particular time. So those are some of the tips that I'm going to talk to you about saying no. And I'm saying this because I've seen people go into debt. I've seen people entering into very wrong relationships. They're just when a friend, not even, I don't feel them, but they feel like, okay, how can I say no to them? How they look at me, how they treat me. Let me just say yes. Then later on they are in a marriage that even they didn't want. So they said, what have I just done? Yeah. Or in business deals that they not even want, they are not interested. So I'm just wondering, okay, what have I done to myself? What have I gotten myself into? Something like that. So to avoid all those, learn to say no and learn to say yes. No matter what the pressure, and no matter how you're manipulated into it. So kindly subscribe and let us walk this journey together. Bye.